Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have my May favorites for you. It is currently 9 o'clock in the morning, so yeah, there's a lot of noise going on outside and it is kind of raining, so I'm sorry, but I have to have my window open because it is so humid here in New York. May was definitely a crazy month for me. It was prom season and it still is prom season, so I've been freelancing like crazy. Today I actually have 7 clients, which is insane. But I had to sit down and film this video because you guys are worth it. So let's get started with the favorites. First up, I want to mention the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Water Foundation. So this is a water-based foundation. I do have to mix a little bit of light sand and light medium honey, but more of light sand because I am pretty fair right now. This foundation is my go-to foundation when I have really long days. When I have to do makeup at a wedding and I have to be traveling and I know I'm going to be out for tons and tons of hours without retouching, I always use this foundation because it stays on your face no matter what. It gives me a nice luminous glowy finish, but as soon as I set it, it just looks like skin and it just wears so nicely. I really love this because of the longevity. It does have SPF 15, which is also really awesome. I'm not crazy about the applicator. You do have to do one of those droppers, so I'm not crazy about that because sometimes like the droppers can get clogged with any foundation with a dropper top like this. I think there is a reason why behind they used a dropper like pump, but I can look past that because this is such a great foundation for those long days. Another foundation that I loved in May is the one that I'm wearing right now. I have mentioned this foundation before on my channel. It is the Elcie Micro Silk Foundation and I am now using shade Vanilla. Before I was mixing Cameo and Sand, but now I'm just using Vanilla. So I really like this foundation. I love that it has a pump. I love that it's a matte finish, but it still looks like skin. Like it doesn't look too matte on me. Now I do have dry skin, so I do have to prep my skin really nicely before using this foundation. I know some of you kind of had issues with this looking too dry or too matte or like too cakey, but for me, I never get that problem. I do use a lot of oils on my face. I do have really dry skin. I exfoliate. I use a brush. Like I feel like with this foundation, you definitely have to be on top of your skincare. And even then, it might just not work out for your skin. But for me, it works so nicely. And I've been pairing it with the Farsali Rose Gold Elixir Radiating Moisturizer. I drop about 2 drops of the Farsali onto my damp beauty blender and then I apply my Elcie foundation straight to the beauty blender and then apply my foundation. I have also used this before foundation, so just dropping it onto the beauty blender, pouncing into the skin and then using my foundation, but I just like the way it looks when I just mix the two on my beauty blender and it just gives my skin such a nice dewy finish. I will say that I do get a little oily if I use the Rose Gold Elixir all over my face, which is pretty much how I use it because I'm putting it on my beauty blender and then applying the foundation all over. So if you have oily skin, please do not use this on your T-zone if you are wearing makeup that day. I recommend this for nighttime for any type of skin, but if you're going to use this in the daytime before or with foundation, don't apply this to your T-zone if you already get oily, because for me, I have dry skin. I rarely ever get oily, but with this I do get oily in my T-zone. But I kind of like it because someone with dry skin, I like seeing the natural oils coming through. It just gives my skin like luminosity. I like that. But if you do not like that oily, dewy look to your face, don't use this on your T-zone. But I feel that it's a great pair. I do really like the Elcie Glow Enhancer, but I recently got it, so I'm still testing it out. But this one I purchased on the Farsali website, and Decay is the owner of Farsali. She's a YouTuber, so I had to support her. And Elcie is also a makeup artist, Makeup by Lilith. So love this combo, and it's what I have on my face right now. Next up, I wanted to shout out the Morphe concealer. This is a new concealer by Morphe, and I use the shade Oats, and I used this in a Snapchat tutorial. When I did this look on Snapchat, everyone was asking me what concealer I was using. To me, this is really similar to the NARS concealer because they both have that whipped texture, and so when you first apply it, you're like, wait a minute, that's really dry for my under eye, and it just feels like a mousse, and it doesn't really spread out. So at first when I tried this, it was an automatic like no for me, but then once I blended it out, I fell in love. And the best part of this concealer is that it's $4.99, $5, probably the cheapest concealer I own. Actually no, the LA Girl Pro Conceal is like $2.99, but I'm not a fan of that one under my eye. This one, definitely a fan. I have it on right now. It sets nicely. If you don't use eye cream, it will settle into your fine lines. Like, I haven't been using my eye cream in the past like 2-3 days, so when I applied it today, it was a little dry, but that's totally my fault. I haven't been using my eye cream. Definitely use an eye cream. I think whichever concealer you use, if you're not using the proper skincare, it's gonna look dry. So yeah, I baked on top of it and it looks great, and it just stays on, and for $5 I think this is a great concealer. And you could also get a discount on Morphe if you use my coupon code, which is Rosita. Thank you to everyone who uses my code. I greatly appreciate it. I am a Morphe affiliate, but I'm not gonna lie, when I first got these, I was like, I'm not gonna like them. The Urban Decay and the Makeup Forever have been my go-to, and those are a lot pricier than this, and I'm just like, I can't like a $5 concealer underneath my eyes because it is so sensitive down there and so dry. But this one definitely won me over, and it's what I've been using and I really like it. And they have tons of shades, but Oats is like the perfect yellow light tone. I guess it's comparable to Urban Decay, like light medium or one of the lighter shades. So love Oats, and I like the name too. Next up, I want to talk about the MAC Studio Fix Powder, and this is an NC45. Now originally I purchased this because I needed darker powders for my darker skin tone girls, but I've been using it as a bronzer and I fell in love. The first time I applied it, I was like, Rose, why don't you own all shades in Studio Fix Powder? I have really been loving the Studio Fix Powder in NC25 for my all over face powder because it gives a lot of coverage, but this one as a bronzer, oh my gosh. I got the idea from Desi because she said she uses this like a darker shade in the Studio Fix to really set the contour if she's going out and she really wants it to stand out, and I just love how it looks. I love how blendable it is because it is a face powder. It's meant as a foundation, like a powder foundation. So I love powder foundations as bronzers because they're formulated to be really smooth and creamy and not cakey and just really soft because they're meant to be all over the face. But as a bronzer, girl, I love it. And it's really pigmented and it has a lot of coverage, and I just really like it. So Studio Fix Powder, I'm a little late on the bandwagon, but I have been loving it. And another bronzer that I've been loving this past month was Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion. Mine rubbed off, but I'm pretty sure I have this in 30M. I will list it down below. I just have to look back at an older video like, what shade do I have this in, because it has no number. I love that it doesn't look cakey. I love that it looks natural and smooth, and I'm just so obsessed with this bronzer. Lately I've been picking it up a whole lot, and I love the shade too. It's not too orange, but it's still warm enough for me. In the pan it just looks like weird, like mud, but when you put this on your skin, it just blends so nicely and so effortlessly. Like, I can use any brush with this and I just love it. Some people are having trouble picking up the product with this one, and I recommend maybe trying a stippling brush if you're having trouble with this, but I use any big fluffy synthetic brush, like any Morphe brush that's angled. I love that this looks like skin, and I love how long it wears. So definitely a good summer bronzer if you're looking for one. Speaking of waterproof, I wanted to shout out the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer, and this also has an SPF of 15, which I didn't notice, but it doesn't give me any flashback. This basically makes my makeup waterproof. I just love that if I have like any redness or any acne or any active breakouts, this makes it look like they're all gone. I love this, especially for my clients who do have acne and have bumps. I feel like this just really smooths out the skin instantly, where a pore minimizing primer isn't gonna do that. A pore minimizing primer isn't going to alter the acne. In fact, it'll just kind of make it like silicone-y sometimes. So I love the Mineral Veil Primer, especially when my skin is acting up, but I also just love it because it just really gives me a nice smooth canvas. And I have the small one and I do have the big one, but I'm just trying to use the small one up. Next up, I wanted to give a shout out to the Stila Magnificent Metals Foil Finish Eyeshadow. My favorite way to apply these is with my finger. This one is in Vintage Black Gold. This is what I have on my eyes right now. It's a really pretty metallic foiled shadow. So stunning. I love just pressing this in with my finger and just smoothing it out with my finger. It does come with a little bit of a mixing medium and a little plate, but I'm overusing it like that. I just like using it straight with my finger into the product and onto my skin. It looks like you used a pigment with Fix Plus and you did all this work with glitter and all this, when in fact it's just one eyeshadow. I did use the copper color in another tutorial, So yeah, I've been loving this, and it's really easy and fast, and when I don't know what to do with my makeup, I'll just use that because it's an olive green, but I feel like it's a neutral, like it still goes with everything. You guys are probably tired of hearing me talk about this, but the Mel Cosmetics Dark Matter Stack is everything to me. This is a brand new one. My blur shade on my other one was basically just done, and also this shade right here, which is called Unseen. I love these colors. This burgundy, Enigma, so pretty, and then a nice black. Love that it's a stack, love that it's so compact, love the shade Blur. I'm telling you guys, if you don't have this yet, you have to get it. I'm not playing, it is so good, especially if you're having trouble with blending eyeshadows. This will help you blend your eyeshadows. I know that sounds crazy, but it has blurring technology and it just diffuses any harsh lines that you have. So this is a must-have, and it does have a little mirror, and I just love that it's so small and you can bring this in your makeup bag and you get pretty much really nice neutral colors, but you can also really like smoke things out with this burgundy and with the black. I want to get the new stack that's coming out soon. I don't know what it's called yet, but definitely getting my hands on that one, and I definitely want to get Lovesick and the really bright one. I forgot what it's called, like the neon stack. So definitely have been loving Melt Cosmetics for their shadows. Another favorite of mine was the Ardency in Punker liner, and this is just their waterproof liquid liner in black. It's a felt tip liner, and it's just really black and really fine, and I just love the tip on this one. I feel like it's so comparable to my Tom Ford, which is crazy because you guys know that's like my baby, but I have completely just stopped using that this month, and I've just used this one. This one is almost as good as a Tom Ford. It's not as black, I feel, but the tip is really comparable, and it hasn't dried out on me. It hasn't gotten weird. It's just a nice black liquid liner. I like this one better than the Stila or the Kat Von D. This has just been my go-to, and I'm always on the hunt for the blackest liner, and I really like this one, and I love how easy it is to create a wing. So love this, and I really love using this in conjunction with like the Inglot gel liner to make it really black and really intense and just perfect that wing liner. Next up for highlights, I wanted to mention the Anastasia So Hollywood Illuminator. I have fallen back in love with this baby. It is just so freaking pigmented. This is just so pigmented and so lovely. It's what I have on right now mixed with the next one that I'm about to show you, but I just been grabbing this one a lot more this month. I had forgotten about these for a while. I know the Glow Kit came out, and then I just went back to this one, and I really like it, and I really like it with the brush that Anastasia has for it. It's like specifically made to pick up this highlight. I feel like it was just made for this, and yeah, it just really gives me that nice gold bright highlight that I love. And then to really intensify things, I've been loving the Sleek Makeup highlighting palette, the Solstice highlighting palette. This doesn't have a shade or anything on it, but I guess it's just their highlighting palette. You get 4 beautiful shades. One is a cream, which is this one. I like mixing the top 2 colors because on its own, this white kind of like gold one looks kind of silvery on me, so I kind of warm it up with the coral shade, and then sometimes I'll even use the purple shade. I just love this palette. Again, I used it today, so if you want to see the whole look, let me know. I will definitely get that up for you guys. I like this on the tip of my nose for that bright tip of the nose look that not everyone's a fan of, but I am. And so yeah, I really like this palette, and I had it sitting there for so long, and then I waited until I saw other people use it to start using it. I don't know why, but I'm so glad that I have it. I think it's sold out. I'm not sure, but I got this a really long time ago, and I'm just loving it. Loving it. And for my lips, I have been loving these 2 Urban Decay Vice lipsticks mixed together. So they're both creams, and the shades are Naked and Insanity, and it's the combination that I have on right now. So Naked is a really pretty like rosy pinky nude color, which I normally don't go for, but I feel like it really flatters my skin tone. Now, I usually like that super nude matte, like Galactic Bashful, Pure Hollywood, but this just looks so organic, like so natural on the lips, and it's a cream, and it just wears so nicely. Like, I'm obsessed. I want to try all of them now, and I just love them. And then this one is called Insanity, and it's a lot peachier. So what I like to do is I like to put Naked first and then Insanity right on top to just peach it up a little, and it's just like the perfect nude combo, and I have that on right now. Just feels really nice and refreshing to have a lipstick on the lips rather than a liquid lipstick. I do have really dry lips, and I have tons of lines on my lips, so I think regular lipsticks flatter me better. They just give me a nice pout and it just looks really plump and juicy and fresh. Although liquid lipsticks last longer for the summertime, I just like the look of a nice sheen, but it's not a gloss, so your hair is not going to get stuck and it's not going to be sticky. It's just the perfect combo. So Insanity and Naked, awesome combo. If I just had to pick one, I honestly couldn't, but I like them both on their own. I just love them mixed together. Another lippy that I wanted to mention is the Too Faced Melted Chocolate Liquefied Longwear Lipstick in Chocolate Honey. Now, I don't personally use this on myself, but I pretty much use this every single time I do someone's makeup. And the reason is because sometimes when I do someone's makeup and their lips are like really rosy or they're of a darker complexion, nudes that work for me will look too pink on them, especially if they're tan or dark. And so usually I want to kind of like make it a little more browny and a little more nude, but I don't want to add another liquid lipstick on top because then things are going to get really dry, and so I always reach for this one. So I just apply some onto this Beauty Blender mixing palette, which I love, by the way. It's just clear and I love it. So I apply some on here and then I use a lip brush, and I love how it looks on top. It's just so pretty, but on me it's just really dark. If you have a deeper skin complexion, this is amazing. Such a beautiful nude. It isn't matte. It's one of their melted chocolate longwear lipsticks. So it's not like a matte liquid lipstick, but it's a longwear lipstick, and I just love it. I just love it. I love the color and I love the name, Chocolate Honey. It's so pretty, and once I'm a bit more tan, I will be using this alone on my lips because it's such a pretty brownie nudie color, and it's just a must-have for me. I will be doing a full skincare video here on my channel soon, but I just wanted to quickly shout out the Drunk Elephant Virgin Marula Luxury Facial Oil. It's a hydrating and anti-aging oil. Again, I love oils for my face. This does smell a little funky because it doesn't have any like added fragrances. It's 100% fragrance free, high in antioxidants, omega 6 and 9, so I'm guessing this is what Marula smells like. But it's just such a nice oil. I'm just always on the hunt for oils. I was using the Tatcha Beauty Elixir and I do like that one, but I don't feel like it's that hydrating, where this one is super hydrating. It's not a horrible smell, but it just smells really natural. But speaking of scents, this next one smells amazing, and this is the Glam Glow Starter Mega Illuminating Moisturizer. I've been using this as soon as it arrived on Sephora. I just went ahead and purchased it in the just arrived section. I stocked that like a mofo. And this smells so good, like candy, very fruity and sweet. It's okay, I pretty much fell in love with it because of the scent, but the stuff inside here, this moisturizer gives me such a glow. Every time I use this, I feel so hydrated, so luminous. It's not overtly hydrating. I still will use like an oil to hydrate, but this is just like an illuminating moisturizer. It doesn't feel greasy, it doesn't feel cakey, it just gives you a nice glow. It's pretty new, but ever since I got it, I've been using it every single day as my daytime moisturizer, and I love it, love it, love it. Quick hair shout out to the Kenra Revive Oil. This is an intense straightening oil. Most of my oils aren't straightening, and so I think that's why I like this one so much. I wouldn't say this completely straightens my hair because I use this after I've styled, but it just takes away the frizzies and it just looks really good and shiny, and it smells so good. You can actually use this before shampooing during conditioning, which I think is really awesome. I haven't tried it that way, and I'm pretty sure that's like the intended use, but I use it as a finishing product. I've been using this as a styler, so I'm gonna try it the other way, I guess the way that it's intended to be used. But I really love Kenra. I love, love, love their hairspray. It's probably my favorite hairspray of all time. The Kenra Volume 25, I think it's called. It's amazing. So love that. My fragrance for May was definitely Gucci Bamboo. Freaking obsessed. I know I say that a lot. I almost feel like I want this to be my everyday like signature scent. It's very floral, it's very sweet. I know some of the reviews on Sephora said it smells like a grandma, but to me it just smells so divine and so luxurious, and I just feel so expensive when I put this on. And I got the big boy because I'm telling you, I love this. I went through 2 deluxe samples of this perfume and I knew I had to have it because I was craving the scent. When I didn't use this, I was like, I need Gucci Bamboo on, like that's what I need. And every time I wear this, I get tons of compliments. Always, always, always when I wear this. My boyfriend loves it, everyone loves it. So yeah, Gucci Bamboo has been my jam, and I don't feel like I'm gonna let this one go. I think this is like my new Gucci Guilty. If you watch me for a while, you know that Gucci Guilty was my jam for a long time, and I feel like this is gonna be it. Like, I'm gonna just keep talking about this for a really long time. Gucci Bamboo. Smell it if you haven't. I do really like this one by Blvgari, but I just love the Gucci Bamboo. Like, that one just took over the whole game for me. It's the only one that I've been using, and I ain't mad at it. I need some water before we start singing. So that was it for my beauty favorites. Now I'm going to show you guys my favorite songs of the month. The first one is called Never Forget You by Zara, Larsson, and MNEK. Next up is Don't Let Me Down by the Chainsmokers featuring Daya. This Is What You Came For, Calvin Harris featuring Rihanna. I Took a Pill, Ibiza by Posner. So that concludes my May favorites. Don't forget to thumbs up this video and subscribe if you haven't. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.